is a big pile of composted horse manure. We put composted manure in this whole garden too. So I put about a foot of composted manure in this potato patch. We put a lot of composted manure in this garden too. This whole thing used to be full with composted horse manure. It was a huge pile of horse manure. We use it in all our gardens. So as you can see, I'm an expert on horse manure. I know horse manure when I see it. I've been watching a lot of videos about the Black Hebrew Israelites. I've watched one about a guy named Zabak, and I think he's from New York City. That guy is really smart. He's quick on his feet, witty. But is he credible? Really, I mean, he says sword. I don't know how these weeds get in this wheat.
Good. And take the helmet of salvation. Read. And the sword of the Spirit.
Sword of the Spirit. Remember, there's the physical sword, and you have the spiritual sword, which is the word of the Most High. I just want to tell you.
Good. Which is the word of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Right. The spiritual sword is the word of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai.
This is the Merriam-Webster Dictionary online, and this is the word sword.
Sword. Sword. Sword.
A dictionary of the English language is the standard for the English language. This is a good example of how these people operate. If it doesn't suit them, they change it. Zabak thinks that if he says something loud enough and often enough, people will believe it. Funny, that is exactly how Joseph Goebbels, the Reich Minister of Propaganda for Nazi Germany, thought. They both are influenced by the same spirit. If you tell a lie big enough and keep repeating it, people will eventually come to believe it. Zabak likes to quote Revelation 1:14. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes as flame of fire. He will use this to prove that blacks are Jews because God has hair like wool, and who has hair like wool? The thing is that this says his head and his hair were white like wool, not curly like wool. So according to his logic, God is white since his head is white. He also uses Revelation 1:15 to prove Jews are black by saying that when you burn something it turns black, except brass when you heat it, it glows red, and his feet like unto fine brass as if they burned in a furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters. This is a piece of brass. Okay, there the corner of it's starting to glow red. This is what that's talking about. As burnt in a fire. Okay, now it's really glowing red. His eyes is flame of fire because Yehovah is a consuming fire. Here are 3 more examples of black Hebrew Israelites trying to prove Yehudim are black.
Yes. Okay? They're the Edomites. That's your nationality according to the Bible. Okay? Read that again. Jeremiah 14:2. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground. God says the Jews are black unto the ground. They're the different shades of brown. Okay? You can't get around that.
Jeremiah 14:2. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground, and the cry of Jerusalem is gone up. Here it's Judah that mourns, and it's the gates that languish. It is the gates that are black to the ground. This is Strong's H535, amal, and it's a verb, and it means to be weak, to droop, to languish, to be exhausted. The word black is kadar, Strong's H6937, and it means to mourn, to be dark, to darken, to cause to mourn, to grow dark. It doesn't really mean black. Shachar, Strong's H7838, means black. Shachar is an adjective, and it means black.
And God says in Amos 9:7, He says, "Are you not as the children of the Ethiopians unto me?"
Amos 9:7. Are ye not as children of the Ethiopians unto me, O children of Israel? Have not I brought up Israel out of the land of Egypt, and the Philistines from Caphtor, and the Syrians from Kir? Behold, the eyes of Yehovah God are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith Yehovah. If they would read the next verse, they would know that this is not saying that Israel is black like the Ethiopians. It is saying that Israel is evil like the Ethiopians.
Excuse me, hey, young man, come here for a minute. Come here for a minute. Are you gonna run? You know the book of Ezekiel. Ezekiel, as you like to pronounce it? The book of Ezekiel, chapter 36, is telling you that the people that have seized Israel are the heathen. Not only are they the heathen, they're the Idumeans, which is the Greek word for Edomites.
The beginning of this chapter, Yehovah is speaking to the land of Israel. It is barren and desolate and has borne the shame of the heathen. Ezekiel 36:7. Therefore, thus saith Yehovah God, I have lifted up mine hand. Surely the heathen that are about you, they shall bear their shame. But ye, O mountains of Israel, ye shall shoot forth your branches and yield your fruit to my people of Israel. For they are at hand to come. For behold, I am for you. I will turn unto you, and ye shall be tilled and sown. This is exactly what has happened. The heathens have been removed, borne their shame, and the people of the land have been replanted, and the land is no longer desolate, but bearing fruit, tilled and sown.
That's in the Tanakh. That's in the Torah, in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 36. That's right. Okay?
One last thing, the book of Ezekiel is Nevi'im, prophets, not Torah. They also say that whites are Edomites because Esau was red, and that they, the black Hebrew Israelites, are from Jacob through Judah. Esau and Jacob are twins. They are both Shemites. How could one be black and the other red? Genesis 26:34. And Esau was 40 years old when he took to wife Judith, the daughter of Beri, the Hittite, and Bashemath, the daughter of Elon, the Hittite. Genesis 36:2. Esau took his wives of the daughters of Canaan, Adah, the daughter of Elon the Hittite, and Ahiliobath, the daughter of Anna, the daughter of Zibeon the Hivite. Genesis 28:9. Then went Esau unto Ishmael, and took unto the wives which he had Mahalath, the daughter of Ishmael, Abraham's son. Genesis 9:22. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father. Esau married all Canaanite women. So, is it reasonable to think that Edomites are white? Ishmael's mother was Egyptian, so Ishmael was half Shemite and half Hamite. Although Esau started Shemitic, it is more likely that the Edomites are darker skinned instead of lighter skinned. Although another famous Yehudi, King David, was red. How do blacks produce fair-skinned redheads? Abraham came from Ur, Babylon. Sarah, Rebekah, Leah, and Rachel came from Padan Aram in Syria. These people came from what we today would call the northern Middle East, not Africa. Genesis 11:31. And Terah took Abram, his son, and Lot the son of Haran, his son's son, and Sarai, his daughter-in-law, his son Abraham's wife, and they went forth with them from Ur of the Chaldees to go into the land of Canaan, and they came unto Haran and dwelt there. Genesis 25:20. And Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel, the Syrian of Padan Aram, the sister to Laban the Syrian. Genesis 28:5. And Isaac sent away Jacob, and he went to Padan Aram unto Laban, son of Bethuel, the Syrian, the brother of Rebekah, Jacob's and Esau's mother. Zabak teaches the Midians recognized Moses as an Egyptian because he was black, and Egyptians were black. Could it be Moses' clothes and possessions gave him away? Now, here's a big hint. Ham means sunburnt or burnt. And Cush means black. This is one thing Zabak gets half right. His people are under a curse. The curse part is right, but it's the wrong curse. And let Canaan be his servant. This is why the Africans were sold into slavery. Noah cursed Canaan. Genesis 9:25. So he said, Cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants he shall be to his brothers. He also said, Blessed be Yehovah, the God of Shem, and let Canaan be his servant.
With ships. Who went into cargo slave ships? The so-called blacks, Hispanic, or man, woman, and child. The so-called Hispanics in the 1400s and the blacks in the 1500s. Here we go. Now, why was this said to Moses? Now, let's see. Read. Come on.
With Egypt, with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee.
Come on.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
So we wasn't going to see our homeland Israel no more again. Now, let's see. Read. Come on.
And then you shall be sold.
Now, wait a minute. You shall be what?
Sold.
You shall be what?
Sold.
You shall be what?
Sold.
What?
Sold.
Who was sold? The so-called black Hispanic man, woman, and child was sold. That never happened to this man. This was not a prophecy of the so-called white man. This is not a prophecy. This is a prophecy of you black Hispanics. You were sold. You were sold in cargo slaves. Wait a minute. I'm going to give you. Now go and read on. Let's see. Read.
Unto your enemies.
Unto who?
Unto your enemies.
Your friends.
Unto your enemies.
Your buddies.
Your enemies.
God said that we're going to be sold unto our enemies. For what? Read.
But God man.
When the Roman Empire destroyed Jerusalem in 70 AD, they conquered Israel. They made slaves of the population. Rome brought many Jewish slaves back to Rome and sold them throughout their empire. Egypt would be the first stop on the way back to Rome by ship. This is a more logical answer to being sold into slavery and taken away in slave ships to Egypt, not the Americas, as Deuteronomy 28:68 says. Obadiah 1:15. For the day of Yehoah is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. Genesis 12:3. And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curseth thee. During the 1600s, Spain was a world empire. They started the Inquisition, treated their Jews poorly, and fell from power. England was the next empire. Their pilots actually flew against Israel with Egypt and reneged on the original land deal. Look at England today. Look at Germany during World War II. They wanted to totally destroy the Jews, and it was Germany that was destroyed and Israel reborn. That's Obadiah 1:15. The USA is the next kingdom. Harry Truman recognized Israel as a state. The 1950s and 1960s in the United States were the most prosperous times for a country in all of history. Now as we turn our backs on Israel, we are seeing the decline and destruction of the greatest empire. So keep in mind Obadiah 1:15 and Genesis 12:3. Why would such blessings come upon an empire that was built on the backs of African slaves if they were truly Yehudim? There are African Hamitic Jews. In eastern coastal Africa there is a tribe called Lemba. They have the Yehudi traditions. They also say that they are Levi'im amongst them. Their DNA was compared to Yehudim and Levi'im in the United States. The Lemba Yehudim had the same DNA as the American Yehudim, and the Lemba Levi'im had the same DNA as the American Levi'im. We have been scattered throughout the world and intermixed with all the inhabitants. Zabak teaches that the so-called white man is base, a liar and a devil, and we came from caves.
Every right. Let's see. Every Deuteronomy 7:6. Every right. The so-called white man is a base man. He's a man called nothing but a lion, a thief, and a backbone in his hurt. Where's the antiquity of the so-called white man? Where do you come from? Where does the white man come from? From the damn cave. Where do you come from? Who are you? You're a low-based man. That's why everybody on the earth calls you the damn devil. Everybody on the earth calls you a damn liar and a thief.
Oh, here's one for you, buddy. Did he say white devil?
Because you the devil. Because you the devil.
Did he say white devil? White devil?
All of you are devils before God.
Nobody should judge, though. Nobody should judge. Jesus judges.
Nobody should judge
Yeah,
except God.
Jesus
Except
judges.
God.
So every white throne judgment.
They're going with their life.
No.
What is he going to urge me? White devil. Well, tell him I'm not. I only met you. How do I live? Let me guess. White devil, white devil? Yes. You speak what you do. All of you that listen to us, you misunderstand us. It's not what I think. We're telling what the Bible says. God created a race of people and called them the wicked. He called them the devil. He called them Lucifer.
That's the devil. You're the devil. You're the devil and the problem of this earth.
All right. This white devil thing has gone far enough.
Have you ever heard of Joseph Kony, Idi Amin, or the Rwanda genocide, the Hutus and the Tutsis? Genesis 6:5. And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. There is very little difference in the hearts of men without the Torah in their hearts. In this video, a woman gets very upset. She is not upset because of being called a dog. What she reacts to is the hate she feels.
And you're not according to Christ upon enslavement. According to the Bible. That's right. Get mad. Let that baby pop out of your head. No, you're not. You're a daughter of Satan. You're a daughter of Satan.
Zabak also teaches that if you're not of the tribes of Israel, the way he sees them, you cannot be accepted by Yehovah. Please focus all of your attention. This is the most important part of this video. Yehovah in Numbers 15:15 says, "One ordinance shall be both for you of the congregation and also for the stranger that sojourneth with you, an ordinance forever in your generations. As ye are, so shall the stranger be before Yehovah." The word here for stranger is gar. Strong's H1616. Gar, sojourner, a temporary inhabitant, a newcomer lacking inherited rights, of foreigners in Israel, though conceded rights. So, if you have the Torah in your heart and follow the way of YEHOWAH, you are the same as a native-born Israelite. Amos 9:14. And I will bring again the captivity of my people of Israel, and they shall build the way cities and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and drink the wine thereof, and they shall also make gardens and eat the fruit of them. And I will plant them upon their land, and they shall no more be pulled up out of their land which I have given them, saith YEHOWAH thy God. Ezekiel 36:33. Thus saith YEHOWAH God, in the day that I shall have cleansed you from all your iniquities, I will also cause you to dwell in the cities, and the waste shall be builded. And the desolate land shall be tilled, whereas it lay desolate in the sight of all that pass by. And they shall say, this land that was desolate is become like the Garden of Eden, and the waste and desolate and ruined cities are become fenced and are inhabited. The Ottoman Empire, which existed from July 27, 1299 until November 1st, 1922, controlled the land of Israel and harvested all the timber in the land for their steam engines. Mark Twain visited Israel in 1867 and published his impressions in The Innocents Abroad. He described a desolate country devoid of both vegetation and human population, a desolate country whose soil is rich enough but is given over wholly to weeds, a silent, mournful expanse, a desolation. We never saw a human being on the whole route, hardly a tree or shrub anywhere. Even the olive tree and the cactus, those fast friends of worthless soil, had almost deserted the country. And yet today, Israel, with its people back in it, is the fruit basket of the world, and there are great forests again. This is all happening because the Yehudim of Israel are in the land, just as YEHOWAH has said. And if you have time, study the wars of modern Israel. They're not just remarkable, they are miraculous. And then there's the whole matter of the Torah. So where did the Torah that the black Hebrew Israelites read come from? Us fake Jews. Has the Torah ever been found that is in Lashon Kadash? And besides that, there is Acts 7:38. This is he that was in the church in the wilderness with the angel, which spake to him in the Mount Sinai, and with our fathers, who received the lively oracles to give unto us. And this, Romans 3:1 and 2. What advantage then hath the Jew, or what profit is there of circumcision? Much every way, chiefly because that unto them were committed the oracles of God. Oracle in Greek is logion, and is Strong's G3051. A brief utterance, a divine oracle, doubtless because oracles were generally brief. A, in the New Testament, the words or utterance of God. B, of the contents of the Mosaic Law. The point is that the oracles were given to and kept for thousands of years by us fake Jews. So Zabak, if you ever see this, why did you name yourself Zabak? I read Hebrew and know what it means. Strong's H2076. To slaughter, kill, sacrifice, slaughter for sacrifice. To slaughter for sacrifice, to slaughter for eating, to slaughter in divine judgment, to sacrifice, offer sacrifice. My word to you is to remember Obadiah 1:15. So pretty much, there's just one thing I can say about this whole black Hebrew Israelite. Hey, what is that? on your crock pot. Okay, good. Stop.